Alright everyone, the Daily Driver here. I'm out here looking at this 2015 Nissan Versa Note, and that's the SV edition. Kind of a cool car. It's got like 20,250 miles on it or so. It's a nice little 4-cylinder, 1.6 liter, producing 109 horsepower. Amazing. Not really, but it's a smooth driving car. It's got the CVT transmission. It is a 5-speed automatic, and the CVT is the continuously variable transmission. So in other words, it seems to have infinite amount of gearing ratio on it, which is pretty cool. It's very smooth, drives very nice. Obviously it's a new car. Something you'd expect from a new car. Very clean, just looking down the panels there. Of course, it is a little bit of a hatchback, so you do have some space there in the back. Throw your stuff. Just an overall pretty clean little car. This is actually just a rental car, so I just went for the cheapest of the cheapest, and this is what you get. Got 15-inch tires on it. Nothing too special. Just looking at everything. It's got the Sirius XM radio, all that good stuff. Actually, just go ahead and open the back here. Kind of nice. You do have a little extra space back there. What you can see, these seats do go down. You just pull these up here, throw them down like that for a little extra space. Kind of nice. You can fit a good amount of stuff in here. Makes it into like a little bit of a minivan, so to speak. So you do have that kind of room. It is the cloth interior, of course. It's very soft seating, very soft seating. It just feels like foam. A lot of cars that you sit in with that are cloth, I feel like this is like just the softest cloth I've ever sit in a car. It just feels like they just shoved foam in these things and threw it on in for seating, which is pretty much what it is. I like the seats, they're comfortable. I just went on a few 100-mile drive with this thing. Drove super nice, really comfortable for these long drives. Doesn't kill your butt when you're sitting for that long, especially when you're not pulling over. Then you do have some nice little stitchings on it, you know, nothing too special. It's got this different color. I guess it comes with some different colors on these cars as well, optional different coloring. Of course, you got your Versa floor mats there. On both sides, and then of course got a little storage compartment here. It's actually a nice size. I don't like how it folds out. Your stuff can fall out on the sides. It's not the greatest of designs, but anyways. Then there's also a little one up here. You got your air conditioning over here. Also, of course, you got the auxiliary cord, your USB. You got power, 12-volt down there. 2 cup holders there, 2 in the front. There's enough space for cups. However, you also have some seat cup holders down here on the sides there, on both sides of the car. And let's take a look at what's going on over here now. So one cool thing that I do like about this is that it does have, it actually has 6-way adjustable front seat here. So you can adjust this. The seat comes up or it goes down, whatever. You also have the controls for the back part here. The passenger seat, however, does not have that, which is kind of a bummer. So at least here's the passenger. However, just taking a look on the inside, car is pretty basic. I mean, that's what it is, just a basic vehicle. It's kind of the lower end model of this vehicle. But again, you know, it's just something cheap. If you're looking for something just to drive putz around in, town driving, this thing's great. highway driving, it's pretty solid. Actually, having taken it on the road trip I just went on, it was okay. It was, you know, I've driven a lot of cars. It's just a smooth car. It's just a new car. Nothing special about it. It does have a few little squeaks on it. It is a rental, so of course you'd expect that. I'll go ahead and start it up here. There's really nice dials on it. And then it shows your average miles per gallon there. I like the dialing on the dash there. It's pretty nice. So let's go ahead and take a look at the motor. All right, and here's taking a look under the hood here. First thing you notice when you're looking at this motor is the overall layout of it. So it's kind of shoved up under the dashboard in the front there. It's a very small motor. Again, I said it's a 1.6 liter. It does produce, again, 109 horsepower. So it's just a very small motor, just for basically easy driving if you're going down to the store, that sort of thing. Just small commutes, long commutes even. But it is just a basic small motor, so you can see all your components are laid out right here in the front for you. It's got the cheap manifolds here on the top, the just plastic ones. It's just a very cheaply made car, and that's pretty much what you get. These things cost like $15,000–$16,000 brand new, so they're not really, you know, not too crazy on the engineering. It is Nissan. They do make some amazing cars, but this is one of their lower end. You got the battery under there, and it's just a very weird setup here with the, you know, whole air intake going over the battery. I've not seen that on any car yet. That's just very interesting to me. Then you got your intake here, of course your battery. You got everything else. Everything's just basic laid out. Doesn't look like there's any leaks or anything in this car. It's just pretty dirty on top. Get your air filter down, or excuse me, fuel filter down there. Oil filter, I mean. Your belts are over here. You can kind of see them down there. Runs super smooth. Just basic, small motor. It's got a interesting setup with the radiator too. The radiator is stuffed under here, under this little bar, which is interesting. I've not, you know, this is the first time I've seen a vehicle like this. I don't really care much for Nissans. Sorry for those of you that do, but yeah, you know, I'm not really a big fan of Nissan. But again, it's just a basic car, simple thing. So we'll go ahead and give it a drive at this point, see what just kind of explain to you a little more of how it drives. All right, so just going ahead to start this Japanese lawnmower. Oh yeah, listen to that. Smooth. So again, this is the 2015 Nissan Versa Note. It's got that 1.6, of course. I just wanted to give a quick drive here, just to explain a little bit how it drives. But the first thing you notice, and what I read up about it, is that especially when you're just backing up, that sort of thing, the steering wheel is very easy. It's very easy to turn. You know, very smooth on the radius of the steering wheel. Is just very nice. But has a light gas pedal, so you barely have to touch it and it starts going. The doors lock automatically when you start driving, which is always a nice feature. It's very quiet. Doesn't really have much engine noise, as you'd expect from a 1.6. But it's overall, it's a very nice car. It's got low mileage. Again, it's a rental car, so it has you know, a few little things here and there, but overall, yeah, it's just yeah, I think it's kind of cheap made. Like I said earlier, it just feels like they threw in foam in this thing. Like I'm sitting on just like a brick of foam. So that's kind of cool, because it makes it more comfortable actually. But it's as cheap as it gets. as it gets. But yeah, another thing, you can't smoke in here. So how terrible. Anyways, yeah, the car's great. I like it. I feel like there's not much to say about this car because it's just so simple, so basic. I mean, you can talk about more in-depth things about the motor, this and that, but overall, in terms of the way it drives, its functioning, it's just like any other car, but it's just very, very basic. And again, you know, even going ahead to just give it some gas, I mean, this thing, it works and runs like a lawnmower. Just oh yeah, it does go 0 to 60. That's the good thing. It might take you a day and a half to get there, but you'll get there. At least you're not on a racetrack with this thing, that's for sure. It's just comfort driving. So as I mentioned, when you're backing out and all that sort of thing, like right now, the steering's easier. It makes it easier. However, when you're driving at higher speeds, the steering gets stiffer. So it's kind of cool. You know, it allows you so you don't have too much oversteer or understeer when you're driving, which is another cool feature about the car. You know, it's newer technology. Obviously, with any newer cars, you're going to have this sort of technology. But yeah, it's just a really nice car to putz around in. And it's just a simple daily drive car. That's all it is. But yeah, again, it drives very smooth and something you obviously would expect from a new car. So that's going to be about it for this one. And I'll make some other videos coming up soon.